I've shared a little more in depth over the last several weeks about my journey of faith, walking the aisle to be baptized at age 8. But at Philmont Scout Ranch at age 13, sitting on a cliff and looking out at God's creation. Seeing the face of God in God's creation and no longer being able to believe that this was just an accident or chance and circumstance, but that it was intentionally made, that there was intelligence behind it. But even with that revelation of God, I would spend the next 30 years of my life chasing God on the periphery, just getting glimpses. It took me to get into my mid-40s before I truly became aware that the presence of God was within me, that the presence of God is within each of us. I believe that discovering the internal presence of God is our spiritual journey. Yet through different stages of life, in different time periods, we will find new meanings and encounters with God in different ways. For me, when I found God on the inside, I have to be truthful that I did not at first dismantle the walls from where I had placed God safely. It was like prayer was going into a room, telling God what I was going to do, shutting the door on my way out, and never taking time to listen for God. This is the prayer life of many of us. We still have God neatly packaged away within us. We go to God when we need help, but we can conveniently kick that door closed really fast when we really don't want to hear what God has to tell us. But God has never been distant from us. I had been the one building the walls within myself. Every time I chose distraction instead of attention, fear instead of trust, ego instead of humility, I was laying another brick, another barrier, firming up another wall. Now I believe the spiritual journey is less about searching for God out there and more about dismantling the walls I have constructed within. The writer Thomas Merton described this beautifully when he said, "The false self is the person we pretend to be. The false self builds walls to protect us. But the true self, the self created in God's image, lives in communion." So I have an invitation for you this week. In your quiet time, identify and name one wall within you. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's resentment. Maybe it's the illusion that you have to carry everything alone. And then begin the work of letting the wall fall, removing the bricks that we have placed there. Because the God we seek is not far away. The divine presence is already nearer than we could imagine, closer than breath. Amen.